Hello, people. Good morning. My name is Narayana, and I have like around 8 years of industry experience. And in Power BI, like I have around like 4 years and 7 months of experience. And prior to Power BI, I used to work on MSB technologies and SQL as a SQL developer as right. And this is like a very short form of me. And I'm currently working as a lead developer for Caterpillar, which is based out in United States, and you guys might have heard about the name Caterpillar, right? So I'm currently working for Caterpillar, and since this is gonna be a demo session, I may not be able to keep this session as more interactive, but I promise you one thing: going further, like whenever we were having sessions on learning concepts, I'll ensure that the sessions will be very much interactive for you. Like, but now, still, if you have any kind of questions or if you have any kind of doubts, you can immediately stop me and you can interrupt me and you can ask your question. Like, if you feel like you might forget your questions, or else like you can note down all of your questions and you can ask those at the end of the session. Like, either ways would be fine for me. All right, and moreover, my training would be in a very way form of into practical. I don't teach much theory, like, because theory you'll get anywhere on the internet, but like practical is something which you actually need to get survive in the market. So I'll always keep my training format in a very practical session, and I'll be giving you out daily assignments to solve some real world problems, kind of things. Like, it will be a kind of practical learning experience when I'm training you on any technology, like not only Power BI, could be any technology. I'll always ensure that you will be having a practical sessions. All right, and so are we good to start? Shall I go ahead? You have any questions?
No, nothing right
Everybody.
now. You can. Yeah.
All right, perfect. Thank you. Let me go ahead and share my screen. I believe everyone can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. All right. So before understanding, like, or before going into Power BI, first of all, we have to understand what is meant by business intelligence, because Power BI is nothing but like Power Business Intelligence. All right. So business intelligence comprises the strategies and technologies used by enterprises for the data analysis of business information. BI technologies provide historical, current, and predictive views of business operations. Like, keeping this statement aside, keeping this theory aside, let's try to understand what exactly it is. All right. So when an organization is running a business, or it could be a small scale organization or medium scale or large scale organization, on daily basis, they'll generate some data, like how many stocks were sold, like what were the storage capacity, like it could be any kind of data. On daily basis, it will generate some data, right? And taking that business data and doing some analysis on it, like what exactly happened with the data, what exactly is the business about like today, and what exactly is the business about yesterday, and what exactly my business is going to be tomorrow, based on this current and historical data. So that is nothing but called as a report analysis. So it's nothing but like taking the business data and doing some like applying some techniques and doing some analysis is nothing but called as business intelligence, like extracting some insights from the historical and current data. I'll give a very good best example. Like, this historical and current and predictive analysis, like we can call it as like descriptive analysis, prescriptive analysis, and predictive analysis. For example, when you go to a doctor, like initially when you go to a doctor, like you'll consult a doctor, right? So once you consult a doctor, like you will describe what is a problem, like hey doctor, I'm suffering from a cold, or hey doctor, I'm suffering from body pain since 2 days. So you'll describe your problem. So that's called as descriptive analysis. So once you give, or like once you explain your problem to your doctor, doctor will start analyzing, since when you're facing this problem, do you have any other complexities, what exactly you have done. So that is called as analysis, like descriptive analysis. So once that descriptive analysis is done, then the doctor comes to the next stage, which is prescriptive analysis. Like he will prescribe some tablets, like if like use these tablets, you'll recover. Like use this like take this injection, you'll recover, or use this ointment, you'll recover. So that's called as like prescriptive analysis. And coming to predictive analysis, he will explain you, like if you like you have to use this course for 5 days. So once you use this course for 5 days, like then your illness will be cured, right? So that is called as like predictive analysis. So similarly over here, historical, current, and predictive views are very much important business intelligence, because on daily basis you will be dealing with historical data, current data, and depending on that you will provide the predictive insights, right? So historical data is nothing but the data which is available in the data warehouse till the last data refresh. Like we'll talk about data refresh in coming sessions, okay? Or probably today itself, like once I show you the architecture, you'll get to know what is meant by data refresh. Historical data is nothing but the data which is available in the warehouse till the last data refresh. Current data is nothing but the current data which is going to get refreshed to the historical data, right? So this is all about the business intelligence. Look, it's nothing but the taking the business data. Like we will fetch the business data, we will play some tricks and techniques, and we will do something like we will play with the data, and we will apply some analysis techniques, and we will build a report. So that's called as a business intelligence. And now let's understand the architecture of a complete business intelligence, why business intelligence is important, and where it exactly suits in a software architecture. All right. First understand the diagram. So this is the basic, the very basic architecture, the which applies in any organization or like in any kind of application development. All right. So the first phase will be OLTP. OLTP is nothing but like online transaction processing. Online transaction processing means like from multiple resources, the data will come into OLTP phase. For example, I have an outlet. All right. So my outlet is established like across the globe in multiple countries. Let's say very good example. Everybody knows Starbucks, right? So Starbucks is existing in almost all the countries in the world. All right. So for Starbucks on daily basis, like new data will be generated, like how many customers have visited, what were the orders were taken, what is the quantity, milk quantity used, like it could be anything. So the data will be coming from multiple resources into OLTP phase, and that is called as an operational environment. All right. And that resources could be anything, like it could be MySQL, DB, or Oracle, or SQL Server, or flat files. Like flat files means like Excel files, PDF, Word, like normal TXT files. It could be anything. All right. And from these multiple resources, what we will do is like we'll perform the ETL operations. ETL is nothing but like extract, transform, and load. What does extract mean here? We'll extract the raw data from the multiple resources, and then we will transform, like we'll apply few techniques. Like there were multiple tools to perform these techniques. For example, like Informatica, Ab Initio, you might have heard these tools, right? So with the help of these tools, we'll apply the transformation techniques, and then we will load this particular data into the next phase. All right. So basically what happens in ETL is we will take the raw data and we'll convert that raw data into table format. Why in table format? We would be able to understand very easily if it is in a table format, because tables will have like columns and rows. Like it will be pretty easy for us to understand if the data is in table format instead of in raw format. All right. So we'll extract the raw data, we'll transform that raw data into table format, and then we will load the data into OLAP. OLAP is nothing but like online analytical processing, which is eventually called as data warehousing. All right. So over in data warehousing, we will build the cubes. Like we have few like we call it as like MDX. It's a language. Right. With the help of MDX, like we will develop the cubes and like we call it as like dimensional models. We prepare over there like the dimension tables and fact tables in data warehouse. That is something related to data warehouse concepts. But I'll give you a glimpse of like what exactly the schema is about, like what schema we have to choose and on which type of situation, depending on what situations, what schema will be chosen, right? And differences between the schemas. Like we will build, we will develop the dimension tables and fact tables depending on like with the help of schemas. We call them as like star schema, snowflake schema, galaxy schema. Like we have multiple schemas. All right. So we will develop the schemas over there, and over there we will store that cubical models, like the dimensional models, the tabular models. All right. From there, now our job comes into picture. From the data warehouse, we are going to fetch those dimension tables and fact tables into any BI tools. Any BI tools in the sense like there were multiple BI tools in market. We have Power BI, we have Tableau, we have ClickSense, we have ClickView, like whatnot. Like you can name it. Like there were multiple tools available in the market for business intelligence. Amongst that, Power BI and Tableau were like the leading tools as of now in the market. And when comparing with Power BI and Tableau, Power BI is the best boom thing happening right now in the market, Power BI. All right. And from there, like from OLAP, we will fetch those cubical models and like the dimension tables and fact tables into Power BI, and then we will start playing the data. We'll playing with the data. I've told you, right? Like we'll apply the analysis techniques and we'll build the reports, and we will give those reports to the end users. So that's our job comes into picture. So out of this entire architecture, we are at the almost at the end phase, right? And now if you can observe, like at the bottom, they I have mentioned as data refresh. Data refresh is nothing but like on every day will like new data gets generated. So on every day the cubes has to be updated with the new data. For example, by last night 9 p.m. I have uploaded some I have built one report and everything is done. I have delivered that report to the end user. And after 2 days later on, some new data comes into the database, the data warehouse, right? And my report has to be refreshed with that new data as well. My report has to display that new data as well. So that is nothing but called as like data refresh. Like we will refresh the data with the and we will refresh the data with the report along with the data warehouse as well. Just to ensure that the report is up to date, we have to refresh the data. Like we have techniques, like we call it as like scheduled data refresh in Power BI. All right. And next, MS Excel to Power BI. Like earlier, like before Power BI has developed or introduced in the market, like we have MS Excel. Like I still remember, like in my childhood, like when I was learning some computer technologies like MS Office, MS Word, MS Excel. Like we used to take one table and we used to draw some charts, right? Like some bar graph and some pie chart, some donut chart kind of thing. So even like before Power BI, we have Excel, but there is a drawback with MS Excel because MS Excel cannot handle huge data and cannot handle like multiple different types of visualizations. But Power BI has a capability to handle multiple data and also to write the formulas in an easy manner. Like we have to write few formulas while developing the report. Similarly, like the way how we write how MS Excel will have a formula bar to write like sum of so and so cells. Like similarly, like in Power BI, we have a formula format called as DAX, which is called as data analysis expressions. All right. And the trendsetter, like why I call it as the trendsetter, because Power BI, like it is built from Microsoft, and Microsoft has a lot of it's a brand in the market, and it supports all data sources. Power BI has the capability to support all, like whatever the databases were available in the market. Like it supports all the databases, and it has a very rich visualization. Not only the default visuals, we do have uh, like what we say, like we have custom visuals. Like few companies, like few developers will develop the custom visuals, and those custom visuals will be available in the market store, like in the Microsoft App Store. All right, and those custom visuals can be downloaded into Power BI, and we can use those custom visuals to display our data. And monthly updates, which is a very interesting thing with from Microsoft. Whereas in like normally, like if there is an update, like we used to, we'll get up the updates for like every 6 months, or like kind of like 3 months or 5 months. But Power BI ensures that every month it releases a new update with a new features like every month. And there is a website where you can go through the entire timeline since the Power BI got introduced in the market. Since then, many, like from every month, like what were the changes happened, there is a website, like you can go to the entire timeline, and you can find the latest news about the latest releases as well. All right, and the large community usage, as I told you, like Power BI, it was used by majority of the companies, and there's a lot of boom right now. And I think you have taken a very good decision to learn Power BI right away, because like as of now, like the entire world is running on data analytics and business intelligence and artificial intelligence. So like there's a large community usage, and moreover, like there is a website called as power like pbicommunityuser.com. So over there, like if you have any doubts, you can post a question, or if you have any like if you have any queries, you can go ahead and there and search there or itself. Like you might like a lot of experts will be available in that community, right? And friendly user interface, like Power BI is such an easy tool where like I don't know how much time it took for you guys to learn MS Word in your childhood. Like it will take similar time. Like it does not matter much to learn Power BI interface. Like it's pretty easy. It's like it looks like a normal MS Word or MS PowerPoint, or it could be, it looks like a normal traditional Microsoft tools. And then next, coming to Power BI architecture, before I go into Power BI architecture, guys, if you have any questions, like till now I've discussed what is about business intelligence and the normal organizational architecture model, and few details about Power BI. So if you have any questions, just let me know. If not, I'll proceed further with the Power BI architecture. Any questions?
I'm fine, I think.
All right, Harpreet, and how about the remaining people? KV, Naeem, Ravi, Viresh, Naresh, Kishore.
That was fun. Just carry on.
Okay. So no questions, right? So I think like I can proceed further.
You can
Yes,
do
sir.
that.
Perfect. Thanks a lot. All right. So now let's see the Power BI architecture, like how exactly the Power BI works. So initially, like I have told you, right, we have to fetch the data from the data warehouse. So it's nothing but like these data resources. From these data resources, we'll fetch the data, and from there we will do the transformation if needed. Like we call it as like query editor, like Power Query Editor. It's one of the components in available from Microsoft. All right, and Power Query Editor is the one which is available with MS Excel as well. It is available with Power BI as well. Like basically, it is used to do the basic transformations. All right, and we'll do the data transformation if needed. If not, we will load the data into Power BI desktop. In Power BI Desktop, we are going to develop a dashboard, not dashboard, like typically I don't call it as a dashboard over here, but I call it as like visuals. All right. And we develop scorecards, we develop reports, we develop KPIs. Like we develop a lot of things in, we develop a lot of things in desktop, and we do like, assign security to that entire data and visuals as well in desktop itself. All right, my bad, like it should not be a dashboard over here. Dashboard, we don't develop dashboards in desktop, we develop dashboards in service, Power BI service, the next one, right? And then from here we'll come to the business. Like in Power BI service, we are going to develop the dashboards, and we are going to share those dashboards to the end users, like we call like whoever consumes those reports. We will share those reports to those end users, or probably to the to any end user, to any application. For example, I have developed the report, all right, and the end user has he's using one application which is developed on .NET platform or some any other frameworks platform, all right. So this particular, like, I'll be sharing out a link which is associated with this with the report I have developed. So that link will be integrated to that .NET application or framework, like whatever it is. So that's how it works. Or else, like, you can directly share that link to the end user, like whoever consumes the report, you can share that link to that end user and he can log into the Power BI service until and unless he is an authorized person to log in into Power BI service. And one more important thing, like in Power BI, Power BI desktop is completely free of cost. Like you can just go to Microsoft website and you can just download the application and you can install on your desktop and you can start working on it. But then, like, once you have developed those reports and if you want to share those reports to the end users, obviously you have to need a login for Power BI service. Like your Power BI service is a very, very important thing where you'll be developing dashboards and you'll be doing data refresh, like the schedule refresh and everything. All right. And to get that login, like you cannot log in with a normal, like, email account, like a normal Gmail or normal email account. You should have a domain, like, an organizational account, right? With that organizational account only you would be able to purchase those that Power Based service license, and even it's not free of cost. Like initially you'll be getting a trial period for 60 days, but as of now I'm not sure how many days the trial period for, but like earlier it was 60 days. And there are a few different changes in pricing as well. Like we'll discuss the pricing things in the coming sessions later on. Okay, so you need to have a domain email, and I'll ensure that you'll be getting a login to Power BI service at the time of learning your course, and for you that which will help for you to practice the uh, things available in Power BI service. Okay, so this is the basic flow of architecture, BI architecture. Like we'll connect to a data warehouse, we'll fetch the data, then we will go to query editor, we will transform the data like if needed. If not, we'll directly load the data into Power BI desktop. Then we'll start writing the necessary formulas, we'll start taking the necessary visuals, we'll build the reports, we'll assign the security, we will throw that report into Power BI service, and from there we'll develop the dashboard. From there we'll give it to the end user. This is the simple workflow associated with the Power BI report. All right. And then, yeah, Power BI components, which is one of the important thing. Like as I told you, like Power BI has multiple components. For example, like Power Query Editor. Power Query Editor is used to do a transformations, the data transformations, and Power BI Desktop, which is used to develop the reports. Power BI Service, which is used to develop the dashboards and share the dashboards. Power Map. Power Map is nothing but like which deals with the real-time data visualization on the global maps. Like on map, like on like we can, like for example, let's say Starbucks has uh, like a lot of stores like across the globe, right? So we can use a map visual, like on in which city the highest sales is happening, kind of thing. Power Apps is like it's an interface, it's an user interface where we can develop a mobile application according to the user requirements. And Power BI report server, which is something used to develop paginated reports, and you'll understand what is meant by paginated reports like going further. As of now, as a part of Power BI course, you're going to learn Power Query Editor like in and out, like end to end, like whatever the like each and every options available in Power Query Editor, you're going to learn it. And Power BI desktop, yes, end to end again, like you learn each and every point available in Power BI desktop, and same with Power BI service and same with Power Maps. So this four parts comes under core Power BI course. And if you want to learn Power Apps, and there is few other things available, which is Power Automate, Power Virtual Agent. Like if you want to learn these things, that will come under a different thing, because those things will kill a lot of time. Like Power Apps, Power Automate, Power Virtual Agent, it will take at least 30 to 45 days again. All right. And then the content, like what you will be learning, the overview of Power BI, like the value of offering the licensing and pricing and positioning. Like what, like I've told you, right? We have to purchase the license. Like there were multiple licenses available. So depending on that license, we have to, depending on our requirement, we have to choose which license will apt for our business. And the next important transforming data, like how to fetch the data and how to do the multiple transformations in query editor. And the next Power BI desktop, like something like what were the options available in Power BI desktop, where are the visuals, where we have to write the formulas, kind of thing. And then data modeling, how to build relations between different dimension tables and fact tables, which is one of the key area and which is very important area in developing the reports. Like data modeling is very important. If your data modeling is very good, your report performance will be very awesome. Like if your data modeling is poor, your report performance, like it will kill a lot of time. I'll explain you, I'll provide you like different, like the few techniques, not techniques, like I call it as tips, how to build a very good data model, right? And then from there, report building, like we have to in report building we should write a few formulas, like depending on the requirement. To get the correct output, we have to write the formulas, which is called as DAX. DAX is the heart for Power BI. I'll tell you one important thing in about Power BI. Like you might learn the Power BI interface, or you might learn any other you might not learn any other options available in Power BI. But if you don't learn DAX perfectly, trust me, you cannot survive in Power BI, because DAX is very important. And I will tell you, like, how to DAX is something, kind of the thing where you need a lot of logical thinking. I'll tell you how to build that logical thing initially, and then how to apply, like what of the how to find out which formula suits over here to apply for my logical thinking. And once I start teaching you DAX, like you'll be getting back to back assignments from me, like solving the real time scenarios. Like you have to scratch your head like while writing those DAX expressions. Like it's actually fun writing the DAX expressions, but in the same way, like it's tough to write the DAX expressions. But I'll tell you the right manner to learn DAX, which is very important. And then report functionality, like we have multiple options, like drill down pages, like drill through, like many other things, options available in report functional, like how to ensure that how to make a report function in a particular format. And then report visualizations, as I've told you, right? Power BI supports a lot of visuals and custom visuals as well. Like we have to we should know, like for which type of data which visual we have to choose. So over there you will understand which visual you have to select to display your output. And report optimization. Optimization is nothing but, like if your report is taking a lot of time, you need to ensure that it's not taking much time. Like we have techniques available in Power BI how to do a report optimization as well. And then next, governance and distribution is nothing but like providing security to your data. For example, take Starbucks. Like United States will be having one reporting manager, India will be having one reporting manager, UK will be having one reporting manager. And my requirement is like I should display the data which is related to United States only to the United States reporting manager, and the Indian manager and UK manager has nothing to do with the US data. So I don't want to display them the US sales. I want to display only Indian sales to Indian manager, like UK sales to only UK manager. So there's nothing called by it's called as like security. We call it as like governments and distribution. How to apply those security things? Like it's pretty easy. It's just like 4 clicks. That's all. Like applying the security. And then data refreshing, which is very important. And I've told you the importance of data refresh, right? Which is nothing but to keep our report up to date with the current data, not only with the historical data, right? And then Power BI service. In Power BI service, like we'll create workspaces and we will publish the developed reports from desktop to service to that workspaces, and from there we will develop the dashboards. From there, like there will be pipelines available, like we call it as like deployment, testing, and production. We call it 3 phases. First, like we'll deploy the dashboards, and then we'll test the dashboards, and then we will release final report into final dashboard into the production server, right? So this is the content that you're gonna learn from Power BI itself. And then like these are sample dashboards, like which were developed in Power BI environment. So like it's called a like stack column chart and bar chart, column chart, pie chart. This is called as a card. This is called as a tunnel chart. Like this is one of the what we say, the custom visuals, and this is the waterfall chart. Like you have multiple visuals available in Power BI, and I'll ensure that it will be fun while developing these kind of visuals. Okay, and then like these are the created dashboards. Like these are the sample dashboard which was created by my previous students, and like many people have used their own creative thing to develop the dashboards, and if possible I'll try to get them in the further classes. And then the learning method, like what is the exact learning method I'm going to follow? Like it will be a 45 hours of intensive training on daily basis. I don't do a fixed time. Like if it is the session is from 8 to 9, like I'll not close the session by sharp 9. Like it depends on the content. Like if the content needs more explanation for you guys to understand, because like not everyone will be the same, right? Like there might be one candidate who may not understand things very easily. I have to go maintain the equal pace, like while I'm teaching to multiple people. All right, so it will be a 45 hours of intensive training, and as I told you, you'll be getting a daily assignments, and I'll be giving you some real world scenario solving as well, and gathering prerequisites, which is one of the important part. Like once you're ready to take the course, on day one itself I'll be giving you one assignment, and you have to like you have to go through those assignments. And once you're done with your course, and once you're ready for your job trials, like I'll go ahead and prepare your resume. All right, and your resume, I'll ensure that your resume gets shortlisted, like uh, according to this current market requirement. And skill enhancement, I can actually guide you like what should be done in the next the next step with the Power BI. Like after once you're done with Power BI, like what you have to do in your career to be in a better stage. All right, so like I can give you like whatever knowledge you want. Like you can actually use me to grab whatever the knowledge I have, and it's up to you how you take it. All right, and I'm ready to explain you things many times. I don't have any problem. Like let's say for example, as I've told you, like there might be few candidates who are slow in learning things. There might be few candidates who can grasp things very quickly. All right. So if you don't understand, please ask me. Like if you are asking me only, then I can understand. Okay, fine. You need some special or additional assistance to understand the concept. So I'm ready to provide that, and I'll be a lot of patient with you while teaching. Like you haven't seen me yet. Like I'll ensure like going further. Like once we start the sessions, you'll see my patience levels, and that's all from my side. Like as of now for today. Any questions, people? And any
How
questions,
will
any doubts?
yeah
Yeah.
one part, like how will we get the infrastructure for practicing or the scenario solving?
I'll like like once the training gets started, I'll install whatever the things needed for your in your system. Like there will be one day on that day, like I'll install whatever the things we need for you to practice.
Okay. And when you talk of 5 hours of training, what that mean? Like it will be 5 day a week, and how much time it will take?
That's what like one day it could take 1 hour, or on some other day it could take 1.5 hours. Like it's 45 hours is not like exactly 45 hours. Like it's just my plan, where I planned it as like I can teach this concept in 45 hours. It depends on how you guys take it. Like if it's like if you're taking only weekdays from Monday to Friday, then it could be like 1 hour, 1.5 hours. So the entire
Oh,
concept can be covered within a span of 30 to 45 days.
okay. And what will be the timing for this batch? Any idea on that?
That we need to discuss with the management, from visual part
Okay.
management.
And one last question from my side. Sorry
Yeah,
for that.
no problem.
The, o-
Ask a number of
the only
questions.
the only thing is like, okay, do we have a plan? Suppose say what we are going to cover
Mhm.
based on the weekly basis or something of that sort.
Well, I actually don't have a plan depending on the week, because if I do in that way, and like if you are not sticking to the plan, because I'll tell you few reasons. There might be one candidate or two candidates who might not be available for a couple of days of class. Sometimes I might not be available for a day or 2 days, right? So then again we have to keep on changing the plans, and there might be some delay for you guys to learn the concepts, right? I should not be in a hurry
That
burry manner.
No,
I should
that's fine. But at least we should have something to say that okay, this is what needs to be covered in here out here, so that we can at least validate whether everything is covered or not.
definitely. I'll provide the document to the management, and you can get the document from management by the end of the day. Like I'll give you a weekly plan.
Okay.
Yeah. Guys, any other questions?
I think pretty much Harpreet has raised all the questions.
Okay.
Left nothing for the rest.
All right.
When will be the training starting date? Any idea?
The training starts, like it depends on you guys. When as soon as you join, like if you want me to start right away, I'm ready to start right away. I don't have any schedule right now till afternoon.
Okay, no
And
problem.
same with the timing as well, is it?
Yeah, timing, like you need to get a confirmation from the management, from the visual part management. I'm not the one who gonna fix the timing, right? So that's why. And like
How do you rate the level of training levels? Would you rate the kind of training sessions will be in a intermediate level or advanced level or
like about
just
training about my skills or like
no, not your skill, as the whole session of this training I'm asking about.
that's what, like it will be in a completely practical manner, but it's like I don't teach you theory. If you want theory, you can trust me, you can get it from Udemy, you can get it from YouTube, you can get from multiple websites. It will be completely a practical session. Like I'll explain your concept. Hey Kelly, this
Generally,
is the yeah.
generally what happens is that when you go through the training, you have a different level of audience, correct?
Correct.
And when you do the training, you custom yourself or you approach yourself to based on the audience you have in the training sessions, correct? So there are times you may have to go very in depth because that's how the audience are. There are some times you don't have to go in depth. You just have to cover the basics and then a little higher than the basics. So my point is that do you have any you have a general approach of your training will be in a basic to moderate. You don't go to the or it doesn't cover really the advanced or something like that, or how is it?
No. Like
Is there anything like
depending
that?
on the topic's importance. Like if I feel like I know like which topic, which concepts will be more useful for the candidate to survive in the job, right? So my training will always be in a job oriented thing. Like if the candidate is getting trained, he should learn all the concepts like which is needed for him to work as an employee, to work as a BI developer. So accordingly, like the few concepts, like there might be there will be some self-teachable concept. If you can just see it, you'll understand it. So for those kind of concepts, like I'll give the training. I'll explain the things like this is the thing, this is the thing. There will be few concepts where we have to dig deep, like we have to literally go deep into it. So I'll ensure like I'll definitely go in that way, and I'll explain all the things whichever is necessary. So I like if I want to rate in that way, like overall, it will be an advanced training completely.
All right. And this doesn't cover the core DAX language in terms of.
It will cover it.
It will cover.
That's what, like majority of my concentration will be on DAX, because DAX is the one where, like in current market, like you'll not see anyone people who teaching DAX like that much. They'll just show like this is Power BI, these are the visuals, these are the options available, this is what like they'll just show it like that. But DAX, while coming to DAX, it's actually very hard to teach DAX. But I'll ensure, like I have taught many people uh, till now from past couple of months. Like I have taught many people on DAX, and they were actually doing pretty good now. I'll that's what, like I don't only teach DAX. I'll make the candidate to get the logical thinking as well, like because DAX needs a lot of logical thinking.
Okay.
And guys, like I'm not sure whether I should tell this thing in the session or not. I have an opportunity where I can actually show my my regular work. Like I can actually share my regular work. Share in the sense like I can actually only share my screen. I can show it like what exactly is the thing happening, like how a BA what a BA developer will do on a daily basis. Like at the end of the course, I can show you all that stuff, the real time stuff. And the beauty with Power BI is like, there is the training and the real time stuff will be almost the same. It depends on how you see the things. But in few other technologies, the training will be different and the real time will be different. But in Power BI, it's not like that. Any other questions? All right. So people like, how you rate my demo session today? Like, is it like,
Hello.
do you want me to improve anything, or like, if there are like any suggestions, I'm open to this. I'm open to take the suggestions. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, just touch the right points. I don't see any issues.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
If we have any questions or doubts, those are only clarified on class, or can we approach
No.
after class? Or
You can approach. You can approach whenever you have questions. Like I'll be sharing my contact details.
okay.
Any which ways, like we'll be having a group, right? So we can do that.
Okay.
That's not a problem. Like whenever you have any questions, like if like understanding the real time things, like if I'm not let's say for example, if you feel like practicing in the midnight around at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, and if you get any question at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, please, like, you can ask the question the next day session. If I'm available in the midnight, I'm ready to answer for that. It's like if I'm
No,
sleeping, then I'm
we will make sure that we'll send you the WhatsApp in the midnight, and then you can get up and answer in the morning.
that's
So
funny
you'll keep
actually.
getting
Like,
that. You'll keep getting that beep sound, tick, 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 and then which will make you wake up.
no, actually, like I'll be working from like 12 p.m. to around 3 a.m. in the morning, so I'll be available in the nights as well. That's not a problem. I'm sitting in India and my manager is sitting in United States, and he will be coming, like, he will be logging in at 5:30 in the in like 5:30 in the evening time, Indian time. So from 5:30 to 3 o'clock, like I have to be with my manager, and from 12 o'clock in the afternoon, I have to be with my team. Like I have to balance both the things. So I'll be available till midnight. That's not a problem for me. Any suggestions? Like if I'm going fast, let me know. I'll go very slow. If you want me to slow down myself, I'll slow down myself. If you feel like yes, it's a perfect pace, I'll maintain that pace. And like I understand. Yes, Kevin. Yes.
How the videos are provided, sir?
That you need to talk to the management, Mahesh.
Okay.
Yeah. And I understand, like, people, there will be few people who will feel shy to ask or to raise questions in between the session, because they might feel like whether I'm asking the right question or not, or whether it is a silly question, or whether it could be anything else. They'll feel shy and they'll hide themselves. I'll tell you only one thing: no question is a silly question. Every question is a very, very important. Who knows, like, whatever the question you were asking might not be known by few other people as well, right? So open up. You need to ask as much as questions. Like if you're asking questions, it means that you're learning the concepts very perfectly. If you're not asking questions, you're just ignoring the things, right? So don't feel shy. Though you feel shy, just ask me in offline. Like whenever after the session, you can ask me. Like I'll be available for you guys. Any questions before I close the session?
Nothing from me. I'm done. Yeah.
Nothing. All right. So people, can I end the session?
Yeah, yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks a lot, and it was nice talking to you. And we'll see you soon.
Sure, sure.
Thank you. Bye
Thanks.
bye.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.